Welcome. This is another Groove and Fill episode. I'm just going to start off with playing the groove. I'm going to break down this groove and fill a little bit more in depth, and I'm going to explain the patterns first. The patterns that I'm using in this groove are right hand, left hand, kick. So we first need to get used to that sticking pattern or foot pattern as well. Try it at all different tempos, but get comfortable with being able to evenly spread those notes out around the kit as well. So. You could even incorporate different sticking for that. So instead of right, left, kick, it can be left, right, kick. And then you can mix those two up. So it can be right, left, kick, left, right, kick. So that's the first pattern that I use, especially in the first half of the groove. And then in the drum fill section, I incorporate a slightly different sticking pattern, which is right, left, right, kick. So it's best to also practice that moving around the kit. Different voicings will help. And then experiment with, different voicings, anything you'd like to hear. It is possible with linear grooves. Technique and grip. As always, if you watched one of my old videos on grip and technique, the way I think about grip is it's very light and I'm not putting any pressure towards the stick unless I'm doing some type of a buzz roll or a press roll. Other than that, I am not squeezing the stick. It's very relaxed, and that's it. All the movement happens from the wrist, and it's usually up and down on I believe what is called a German grip. Counting. One of the hardest things to do in this fill is be able to count over a 16th note pattern in 3. So I'm going to demonstrate that first on the hi-hat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Getting comfortable with listening to that kind of pattern is always crucial. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. The first half of the groove is 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, right? 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, but it's split between patterns of 3. So you start with the kick, right hand, left hand. And you repeat that. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. And that ends with that left hand as a rim shot. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. And then the next count would be and the 4 E and on the snare. And the 4 E and. And the 4 E and. So let's put those two together. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and the 4E and. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and the 4E and. And then, for the last section to kind of glue it together, a 1 with the kick drum. Single foot. So we got to get used to doubles with the foot. So, all the pattern together would sound like this. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3. Now for the second bar, on count 4, instead of going and a 4E and a, we're going to just stop on count 3 and hit 4E and. 4E and. 1E and a 2E and a 3. 4E and. 1E and a 2E and a 3. 4E and. Now throughout this entire groove, I'm also trying to keep quarter notes on the hi-hat. That way I'm able to do that 4E and keeping the motion going on my left foot. So when I get to the drum fill, I don't have to do that double on my right foot on the kick drum, because it's going to lead to the downbeat on the next measure being on the snare. So it sounds like this. That's the downbeat of the fill. So the fill goes right, left, right, kick, right, left, right, kick. And then the second half, right, left, kick, right, left, kick, right, left. And that'll leave it off on the anda of 4 to start the groove back on that kick. So I'm going to try and play it while singing it. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Again, it's tough to count at the same time without messing up the sticking. Get comfortable with it and make sure that all those 16th notes are evenly spaced out. That's one of the hardest things. One more thing, playing that with keeping time on the left foot can be a challenge. That's the first half. The second half will be and gluing them together. Playing that just a tad bit faster. And then playing it with the groove, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And up to speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that wraps it up for this episode's Groove and Fill. Please subscribe, like the video if you like it, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.